freedom or tyranny? Because I think we are at a tipping point right now, and I feel an extreme sense of urgency to really do everything I possibly can to make sure that we are going to win this war against authoritarianism. When a bank creates a loan, let's say they give you a mortgage for $500,000 to buy a house, those $500,000 are brand new. They didn't exist before. That M2 money supply increased by the amount of the loan. When banks lend, they create dollars. So when you're thinking about inflation, is it transitory? Is it permanent? Will we see disinflation? Will we see deflation? You have to understand that if the system stays the way it was or goes back to the way it was, it's all about the commercial banks. How many dollars are they creating? How many new loans are they creating?
Having a better grasp of the world than 99.9% of the average Americans that are out there, and maybe humanity. But we're living in a world that is very complex, especially for investment purposes. I always say we're not living in 1981 where you can just buy the long bond, set it and forget it. That's not going to work anymore, nor is your financial planner with just your typical 60-40 stock bond split. You've got to understand the global macro, you've got to understand what's happening in China, you have to understand the repo market, you've got to understand the Fed's balance sheet, you have to understand how dollars are created, and a lot of people will kind of say, well, I don't want to do that, I don't have the intellectual capacity to handle those types of questions. But number one, you're wrong, because if I can do it, anyone can do it. But number two, you don't have a choice. Because I always say that we're living in a time where you've got to decide you're either going to be educated or you're going to be a victim. So those are the only two options you have. So by coming to an event like Market Disruptors, you can take your education to the next level, and you can make sure that you're not only surviving what's going to happen in this end game, but you're actually thriving.